You know, I'm a little late to this topic, but given the track record of the year so far, I'm sure this will be a relevant topic in another week or so. Welcome to Monday Mornings with Kyle Reed, the only weekly show where the host actually doesn't give a fuck about MatPat quitting YouTube. On the topic of these YouTubers quitting, I didn't really watch any of the videos that I watched a little bit of Tom Scott's video. I watched Ludwig's video of him talking about MatPat quitting, but it makes sense why these YouTubers are quitting. You know, Tom Scott said it, you know, he said, it is a dream job to be a YouTuber, but it's still a job, you know. Tom Scott put that very, very nicely. And then, I forgot that Tom Scott said that, but then I watched Marques Brownlee's video about it today, and I got reminded of that. So thank you, Marques Brownlee, for that. I know the YouTube workload on a very small scale because for the past 3.5 years I've been doing YouTube, and I've been taking it very seriously. Operating YouTube on a very small scale, I kind of get the mental trauma that comes with having a YouTube channel. I can't imagine the amount of stress that someone in like MatPat's position would be, where he's got all these people that are working under him that are relying solely on him and his channel. When you're a YouTuber, your entire value of your career is set on this one number called views. You can have a very interesting relationship with views because it's like, that's directly tied to your paycheck. I mean, the views are directly tied to you as a person. It's like, I don't know, there's all this weird stuff, but that's not really what I really want to get into in this video. I kind of want to get into just the topic of quitting itself, because quitting is honestly a very important thing to do in life, but you got to quit the right things, you know? It's like, not all quitting is bad. I think there's this like negative stigmatism around quitting, but like, I don't know, you ever have someone quit alcohol? Quitting is not always bad. And I think if you quit the right things, especially like big things in your life, you can really move on to new things. Quitting something that takes up so much of your time in order to put effort into new things is honestly the best way you can quit something. I quit YouTube, technically. Kyle Reed Music, he doesn't do YouTube anymore. Kyle Reed's doing YouTube. Kyle Reed Music, he quit YouTube last year, fucking quitter. Loser, piece of shit. I quit the music channel so I could focus on making music, and I could focus on this show, whatever the hell this is, because I felt like this would be a more fun way to spend my time and a less stressful way to do YouTube. Because, you know, I don't know if you've heard yet or not, but I work a full-time job, you know. It's whatever. And another thing that I quit in my life that I think was a very important decision was I quit school. You know, that's another thing, you know, I don't think you know that or not, you know. It's not like I've mentioned it about 3 or 4 times since doing this show. I quit school when I had 900 subscribers on YouTube, and I quit school in order to focus more time into YouTube, and that was the best decision I think I've ever made in my life. I'm working a job that I absolutely love because I quit school, and I was able to focus so much time into my craft of making YouTube videos and editing. Sometimes when I'm editing videos for work, okay, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of cracked at this shit. So quitting school was one of the best decisions of my life, and that's another example of something where quitting something that's taking up a lot of your time in order to free up time to do something else that you really think is valuable to you, more valuable than that thing that's taking up so much time. That's where quitting can be a good thing. I don't really know what MatPat's quitting for, but I mean, I'm sure he's got a good reason. Maybe he has a kid or something. I don't know. Does he have a kid? Does MatPat have a kid? So basically, you shouldn't be ashamed to quit. Here's something that I wrote down in my notes. It's quite profound, actually. I don't even remember writing this down, but it's quite profound. There's hardly any decisions in this world that are permanent. Most things you quit will not be a permanent decision. Damn. Give me a fucking philosophy degree or something. What does that quote mean to me? Let me break that down for you. The only thing that you could quit that's permanent is life itself. If you purposely quit life, that's a permanent decision. But most decisions that you quit in life will not be permanent. Like, I can always go back to school if I wanted to go back to school. MatPat can always go back to uploading videos on his fucking game thing. He can always go back to making FNAF videos if you wanted to go back to making FNAF videos. Nothing that you quit will ever be permanent. When you're taking in that thought of like, maybe I should quit said thing in order to spend more time on this said thing. If you have that thought, then maybe it's worth it to try it out a little bit and just dive in. When you realize that like no decision is permanent, it kind of relieves some of the pressure that you'd get if you were to quit something to focus time onto something else. Nothing's permanent, you know. I think that's the big takeaway. That was a big brain of me to write that down, dude. I don't know. Sheesh, man.